There was a lot of guys.
What's up, y'all? EWD33 here. I think my TV's a little loud. We made history, and also, well, the Atlanta Sports Nightmare is over. I'll get into that later on. First thing I want to say, first time in Atlanta Falcons history, we have started off 5-0. Ever. In 46 years of existence, this team has started off 5-0 for the first time, and they deserve it. Like I said, against Carolina, they didn't play well, but they found a way to win. Today, they didn't play well, but they found a way to win. The defense played fine. 17 points allowed, which is not bad. With an offense like ours, 17 points, offense like theirs, 17 points, even though RG3 was out from like halfway through the third quarter till the end of the game. I mean, it wasn't on some bullshit. Sean Witherspoon popped him. If you fucking slide, you probably would have been fine. And would have brought a whole different dynamic to the game, but Sean Witherspoon popped your ass, and I mean, he can hit. But I do wish Robert Griffin well. I actually do like him. I think he's a real good quarterback. I'm scared of him in the future. Well, yeah, kind of, sort of. I mean, we're not going to play Redskins that much, so I'm not really that worried. But I mean, he's going to be a good quarterback. NFC East better watch out. And that fucking running back, that motherfucker's good too. I don't even know his name. All I know is that he drives like a 1992 Mazda. They kept talking about that. But we pulled it out. It wasn't as close as it was with Carolina, and it didn't come on like a fumble. We actually played defense, got him to go 3 and out a lot. Got him to go 3 and out on the end there, drove down the field, scored, and then picked them off twice. So that wasn't like the game against Carolina where Cam Newton had a fumble, we were lost. We actually won that pretty much whole-handedly. But anyways, as for the Atlanta Sports Nightmare, for all you that don't really know, or not in Atlanta, we had terrible fucking weekend. Started off Friday with the Braves losing, and I mean, I know sports out in the ATL. I know you said that it was bad display of sportsmanship by the fans, but I still stand by. I was pissed. I would have thrown a bottle onto the field too. I'm sorry. Think of me what you will. I'm not just saying anyone on here. Think of me what you will. It was a bullshit call, and honestly, it could have turned the game. I mean, we got beat on other fronts, but having bases loaded with 1 out, and they walked Brian McCann, which would have driven a run. God knows what would have happened next. It's just, it's very aggravating, and I mean, the call is bullshit. It was a bullshit call. You're supposed to call an infield fly right off the bat. He waited until the guy was moving out of the way, which you should know that he's not going to catch it. You got eyes. You've been a fucking umpire for 13 years or whatever, however long that guy's been an umpire. And you decide to call a fucking infield fly? Saying, well, I don't even believe that's an infield fly. It was a fly ball to the fucking outfield. But then again, they said technically you can call an infield fly to the warning track, so whatever about that. It was a bullshit call. I mean, I'm not saying that necessarily lost us the game. It was a game changer and a big momentum shifter. After that, I mean, I'm not a big college football fan, but Georgia Tech, who my family, well, my brothers hate Georgia Tech. They're both Georgia Bulldogs. I mean, I really don't have any connection with Georgia Bulldogs. I don't really have any connection with Georgia Tech either. I have friends that go to Georgia who I go up there sometimes on a weekend and get drunk with on game day or something like that. That's about as far a connection I have with them. So I'm not really big into them like I am the Falcons or the Braves. But in Georgia Tech, I mean, I don't really like Georgia Tech, but they're still a Georgia team based in Atlanta, so, I mean, I'll pull for them. They lost against Clemson, I'm pretty sure. I didn't even watch it, but when I did turn it on for a second, they were losing. And people are saying the Atlanta sports nightmare, so I take it they lost. And then Georgia got fucking drugged. They got drugged by South Carolina. Embarrassing fucking loss for a number 5 team to lose like that. Good God. Then against with Georgia's in, but this is where Atlanta's MO is. You can't come in big spots. I mean, fucking Chris Medlin lights out all season, comes into the playoff game. Granted, did not give, actually, Chris Medlin's not to blame for that. It's the shitty defense to blame for that. Because that third inning, Chipper's throwing error, that should have been a double play with no men on. Instead it was a man on first and second with no outs, and they ended up, or 1 out, and they ended up scoring 3 runs. And that was pretty much all they needed. So, I don't know. They can't handle spots. I mean, this team has been perfect on defense all season. They're one of the best fielding percentages, and then they come up with 3 huge errors. Dan Ottawa, it was a routine throw to first base. Already we're coming up off the ground. You've made that play 100 times during the regular season. It's just, I don't even want to get into it. But the nightmare ended on a good note with the Falcons beating the Redskins. I mean, that was it was really too close for comfort. I mean, but I knew we were going to win that game. I had no doubt in my mind. The only reason our offense got stopped was on stupid plays. Interception by Matt Ryan for a pick 6. A fumble by Matt Ryan on the snap, which was, God. We make this beautiful drive downfield, get to about 30-yard line, get sacked, get a loss, get a tip pass, and then go, have to either punt or kick a field goal. So it was all on bullshit. It was only about time that we connected. We connected when we need to. And we scored that touchdown and pretty much put the game away because, I mean, our defense had been on them all the time. Even with Robert Griffin in the game, we were still on them. They didn't have any points. I think they had 1 field goal when Robert Griffin was in the game. 1 field goal. They actually had more points when their backup was in the game. So, Redskins fans out there, if you watch this, do not say that we won that game because Robert Griffin went out. Your backup quarterback actually scored more points than he did. So just leave that as it is. Next game, we have the Raiders. Here, I'm going, of course. We're going to shit stomp the fucking Raiders. They suck ass. We're going to drag them up and down that field. I mean, that's really all that needs to be said. The Raiders are fucking sorry. They've been sorry. Families be sorry. They were good in the past, but hey, the past is the past, okay? In the 70s, you were good. It's like New Orleans now. You guys were good, but the past is the past. You're not going to be good anymore. You guys are old. I don't know about Drew Brees. I mean, shit. You're done. It's a new champion in the NFC South. Right there. You better believe it. But anyways, yeah, we're going to kick the shit out of the Raiders. That's all I got to say. Got my homework to do. It's EWD 33. Go Falcons. Go Braves. April 1st, first game against the Philadelphia Phillies. We'll try it again next year. Hopefully we can find some kind of replacement for Chipper Jones. Juan Francisco seems alright, but I mean he's not a Chipper Jones caliber player. So we're definitely taking a big loss. Hopefully we'll find someone to make some big acquisition. What I want to see happen is we make some big name acquisition for outfield and move Martin Prado to third. That's what I would like to see. Apparently Josh Hamilton's coming up, which would be a fucking awesome if the Braves could get Josh Hamilton. That would be spectacular, but we're not going that far. there's still a lot of baseball season left to play for these teams that are still in it. And if anyone wants to know, my grandparents and my dad were both Baltimore Oriole fans growing up. I watched the Baltimore Oriole games with my grandparents when I'm there. They're from the Maryland area. My family's from Maryland. My dad born there. My grandparents lived there. So I'm pulling for the Baltimore Orioles. If I had a second team, it's the Baltimore Orioles. Don't get me wrong. If they go and win the World Series, I'm not going to jump around and celebrate because they don't mean that much to me. They're just another team that you pull for if your team's out of it. And, I mean, they're kind of the underdogs. It's, a cool story. If they win the World Series, I'll be happy, but I'll be happy for my dad and my grandparents. But, I mean, I'm not going to get excited. I just wish it would have been the Braves. I'm still kind of sour about that game on Friday. Fuck the St. Louis Cardinals. Anyways, this EWD 33, I'm out.